is a pretty good pick for that. So I think OG has probably less control over ganking. Like that last game, they did a really good job making tempo happen. I feel like Empire has a huge advantage here. Like Lone Druid's going to sit around farming, but the rest of his team can definitely facilitate a lot of that.
We'll see how OG approached this. And really what we were talking about actually before the draft was, or during the draft, was where they were going to lane this Queen of Pain. And FN is currently playing it, so we thought maybe this is going to be an offlane Queen of Pain.
It's a support Zeus.
Yes.
So not that weird by any means. I think the interesting part is what Dazzle plans to do, I guess. He already picked up an early Blightstone to probably help him zone Centaur. Usually Phoenix doesn't contribute that much in terms of lane zoning as a hero, as a support hero, so maybe that can make a big difference. But yeah, OG's hero is not the best at ganking. It's pretty much on Chaos Knight and Centaur, I guess.
So you expect Resolution to rotate around pretty early?
I guess so. I mean, that may be what they need to make stuff happen. If they are successful and they get kills, pick off 1 or 2 of the enemy heroes, they should be able to easily snowball their opponents, take towers. So
right.
They definitely have some win conditions here, but their ganks are definitely not going to be, they're not going to be as easy to execute as Empires are.
But they do have the Fly Phoenix, and this is a hero he's gone back and played for a long time. And yeah. I mean, these are some comfort picks. We've seen S4 on the Centaur a lot, and he's one of the few players that I feel like makes this hero look really good. A lot of the times people feel underwhelmed unless you get like a 3-man stomp, but S4 obviously very good on the hero.
Yeah, and it looks like they'll actually put the Queen Pain in safe lane, and Lone Druid will be going mid.
The Lone Druid mid, so we'll see how much pressure they can apply. It is against, of course, the... They get to send mid the No-Tail Viper, interestingly enough, and so...
Okay, yeah. Viper, maybe Jerax might stick around, we'll see. And Resolution sending him to the offlane. So just a little bit of lane swapping here for OG based on what they spotted.
We'll start out 2 heroes for... It's a dual lanes for Empire on both the top and the bottom lane. We have some the Phoenix and Resolution for CK. Coming down, so maybe they can't really kill FN because he has Blink. I don't think he's ever really going to be in danger of dying, but Resolution should be able to secure some good farm for the most part. And this is the Arc Lightning level 1 for Yoku. Icarus dive immediately from Fly in the bottom lane just to try to put some pressure onto him, but...
Want to break the Clarity Potion. I mean, he's got 3 more. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
He's not concerned.
It's 1 for 1. And it's not like Fly was really going to use his skill point for much of anything else anyway, so... They'll just pretty much trade farm here, try to get some slight advantage. The mid lane's maybe a little more interesting because it's actually a true one-on-one. It's been a while since we saw this in the mid.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday for like a couple minutes in one of the series I was casting with Trent, but didn't last for much longer. And it's so unusual nowadays when there's so many people. But
are we excited about denies? Is that so? I missed something?
Same. Top lane, Stomp, S4. Putting some pressure on Miposhka. Silent throws up the Wave of Terror. They've got the Thunderstrike as well. S4 is actually the one potentially in trouble. He does have a Salve, he does have Tangos to work with. Now they're going to come back in. They have the Shadow Wave, Magic Missile, Kinetic Field. S4 still in trouble, and that is first blood going the way of Silent and Empire.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake there. Then that he got in a bad spot at the same time that Jerax was trying to attempt a side pull, so wasn't able to stay alive. And Venge ticked over to level 2 there, which made that a little bit easier.
So Dazzle can only just watch while S4 gets brought down for the most part.
Pretty much. And either way, it looks really even across the map. Almost everybody's sitting equal. Just Centaur, he's left behind here. Resolution
actually getting pushed back pretty considerably due to the Shadow Strike. And I'm curious as to what Fly's going to do with this Phoenix in terms of skill build. I mean, what do you think in terms of the abilities for...
Max Fire Spirits feels like the standard now. There was definitely a period of time where Sunray was the way to go, but I don't think anybody really does that anymore. At least I haven't seen a max first, so probably he will max Fire Spirits. And considering he's against a Lone Druid and a Queen of Pain, I think lowering attack speed is definitely going to be beneficial here.
Yeah, so he's got his level 2. The skill point is being held for now. They're going to go for No-Tail with the Kinetic Field, looking for some auto attack damage, taking a lot. No-Tail getting a little bit low. He does have a Salve. He actually goes back out, trying to find Miposhka maybe. Just getting caught and killed.
It was just a small juke path. He didn't have any tangles left over, so he couldn't get through there.
Yeah.
So pretty tough for him. I mean, his skill build, I think, is not that weird. He's just trying to stay alive here, but it's not really a favorable matchup. I doubt a little. I don't understand why he doesn't have at least 1 point of poison attack. That would at least help him trade damage a little bit better, but instead he kind of just gets bullied. So Not quite sold on his skill build, but he seems to be doing relatively fine.
2 points of corrosive skin. So this is sort of reminiscent of what we saw in the first game with Empire, getting a couple of kills in lanes, them rotating around trying to find stuff. They had a kill advantage of like 92, I think, at the beginning of the game, and also a CS advantage as well. And it's sort of similar to what happened in last game, but remember how that last game ended with OG just dominating the mid game.
The other really interesting thing is that this is Ghostic. This is our offlane player playing the lone druid mid, so a lot of weird lanes coming out of Empire this game.
Yeah.
Almost everybody's in the opposite lane.
Seems to be working out for him. 14 last hits. Resolution's doing pretty well in the meantime with 15. Top lane S4 sitting at 9. And now it's just spamming the Sunray, healing Resolution back up.
This was the other thing I thought, is that they have a lot of tanky cores between Viper, Centaur, and Chaos Knight. So maybe Sunray, yeah, he's going to be maxing it out first.
Yeah.
Could be really good for that reason. Somebody gets swapped, this is the best way to keep him alive.
No Tail might be dead again. Kinetic Field, even with a level 2 corrosive skin, he's going to drop down the Nether Toxin. Still in trouble. The Bear going to work. The Poison Touch. Shadow Wave on cooldown for 10 seconds. And there is the kill for Empire. And Miposhka getting low, but Jerax getting pushed back to the tower so low, and he might fall. He's going to just barely live with 8 HP. And Jerax can't get up there with one more auto attack, unfortunately. So
he almost got Miposhka as well. Miposhka got real low there. Oh, there's going to be a kill here. Resolution getting picked off in the meantime.
Yeah.
So a little tough here across the map, but this could be the rotation they need. No, Fly's TPing to the top lane now.
And they're going to start making some moves here for OG. Miposhka is a little too far up. Sunray is level 2. He's getting low. Just leave a dive solo. One more tick. He can't find it. He's going to go for the dive, and he gets the kill with the auto attack from Fly. Finally jumping in. He doesn't get the bounty rune for himself, but I think he's more than happy with getting that kill.
Yeah, that'll make a big difference. Maybe he could have saved Chaos Knight, who knows, but they'll lane rotate now and send S4 back to the off lane, so ultimately won't be the worst thing for OG.
So not looking like the best start. Reality Rift, though, they're going to try to find Miposhka. There's the Sunray again. The 2 seconds done. Good matching. So they've got the kinetic field. Miposhka might be able to make it out. No, he will fall. They've got the stomp up as well. Silent in trouble. Now S4 trying to run. A couple more auto attacks will bring him down, but Silent doesn't want to stay and try to chase S4 as he salves up. And it'll be another kill going for OG. So they lose a couple of heroes across the map. They make some rotations, and they make some moves.
Well, not bad. Kind of a repeat of last game. Empire getting more kills than OG in the laning stage, doing slightly better, but OG is still stabilizing a little bit. I think No Tail's having some troubles, but he's going more even now than he was before. Kind of seems to be just controlling his lane, although we'll take some root damage here. And
he's actually taking so much auto attack damage as well from the lone druid. He might chase him down and get another proc. This is a kill. Yeah, if he can get another proc, it's going to be close. Yeah, he gets it. I think he's just dead. The Savage Roar comes out as well. One more auto attack and Ghostic finding a free one. Jerax TP too late to the party. He can't get there in time. Now he needs to be careful. He might get rooted up too. And they've got Miposhka and Jerax. He wants the bear, but he might fall for it. The Thunderstrike, one more auto attack. He gets the bear. Will he fall to the Thunderstrike? He comes through, one more tick and an auto attack, and he will go down. Miposhka gets it done, but Jerax does get the bear kill at the very least.
I don't think that's all terrible. I mean, maybe he shouldn't have all in for it, but he bought out before he died as well, so he didn't lose anything from that other than the whole giving his opponents golden experience thing. So maybe a little bit greedy, but...
Magic Missile, Lightning Bolt, top lane, Resolution taking some damage, but Fly is nearby. The good news is, with that bear down, it was down for about 40 seconds longer, so that will help No Tail a little bit in the mid lane, which he kind of needs. He's still at 21 last hits. He's actually ahead of the Lone Druid, but he has gotten killed twice now, actually 3 times.
It's very costly, and I do like that they're spending a lot of mana trying to lower Resolution's life, because this is a big issue for Chaos Knight. If he gets pressured heavily before he gets something like Armlet picked up, then it's hard for him to keep his HP full. So if he just walks up to the lane and they hit him with like Lightning Bolts, Arc Lightnings, and a Magic Missile, then he can't continue to sit by the creep wave. It's actually really tough for him to stay as competitive if they keep playing like that.
And it doesn't help that he's level 4 and Silent is level 6 and already doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's really dangerous actually, because if he gets a bit more mana on Venge, swap kills are definitely possible.
Yep. 3 heroes top lane though with Jerax nearby. Maybe they can make something happen. Want to get more farm for Resolution. Bottom lane though, S4 in trouble. Still level 5, no Stampede available. Thunderstrike and the Shadow Strike with an auto attack. Long range from that Quap will get it done. Dead for 14, now Silent getting chased as well. Reality Rift long range as well. Chaos Bolt about to go, now it does. 2 seconds stun. The Kinetic Field will not save Silent this time. He actually will swap himself out, ticking down though to the Fire Spirits. That gets it done. Good attempt from Yoku and Miposhka. They do get the glimpse back onto Fly. No Icarus dive. He does get graved up. He's going to go for the TP, and that will save his life, it looks like, and he's able to make it back home.
Yeah, really nicely done by them. Instantly knowing what plan they were going to go for. Jumps the TP as soon as he gets graved. So in this meantime, it seems like Viper's getting the lane advantage now. Ghostic did great the first couple levels, but ever since Viper's picked up a couple more, it's a lot harder for him to trade against it. And he's finishing up poison attack levels, still getting some corrosive skin, basically making it hard for his opponent to trade effectively with him.
Still, Ghostic is getting close to that Midas. 1,300 gold for him right now, having a pretty good time, even because of getting those kills, that puts him in a pretty good advantage. 3,000 net worth for him. He's about 800 ahead of No-Tail. And they'll get a kill onto S4 bottom lane. FN jumping with Silent. And now going to turn this into a tier 1 tower push as well.
That's a nice little rotation. And this is pretty much how Silent needs to play. Any Venge carry that sits in his lane and continues to get last hits is not going to do what he needs to do. They need to pressure early game and then get to the mid game where they can transition and keep getting kills. Nice swap.
Good swap, good timing. Scream of Pain, another taken for Empire.
So yeah, every time he moves around and gets a kill like this, it just makes OG's side much harder for them to actually get space in the game. However, if this does buy time for Chaos Knight to pick up something like Tread's Armlet, and then he can probably do stronger ganks in the mid game than the Venge can. So Venge has to create a lot of space, and so far she's been very successful.
I mean, this is a 3K lead for Empire against OG at 8 minutes, 9 minutes into the game. How worried are you? Because you have a Viper on your team. Really, the only carry that you have in the late game is the CK for the most part.
I think it's okay for OG right now. The Radiance is definitely going to be scary later, but I feel like CK is a good lone druid solution as a whole. Does a lot of physical damage, can pick off the guy in the backline kind of a situation. And since a lot of Empire heroes are lacking survivability, if OG gets a good start to the fight, like CK jumping in with his ult, or Centaur, Blink stunning, or comboing any of that with a Phoenix Egg, OG can definitely win fights. So even if they're a little behind here, they've got a lot of stuff going for them.
Speaking of which, S4, he is behind. He needs to get to that Blink Dagger. Still ways away, though. 200 gold for him now. Just Tranquil as a raindrop and a Quelling Blade to work with. And No-Tail is still getting at least decent farm now in the mid lane. He is trying to take down the Bear. There's a rotation coming in, though, from Empire. They're going to jump with FN. Scream of Pain. They do have the Sonic Wave. His level 8 is up for FN, and No-Tail drops another Toxin. The Sunray might push them back. There's the Glimpse coming in, but No-Tail's still fine. S4 trying to find some sort of initiation, but he cannot. And No-Tail will stay alive for that at least a little bit longer.
Yeah, the Sunrise is a really big game changer here for these little ganks. If he can just show up and heal one of these cores for an extra couple hundred HP, it's a big difference. Even poison attacks making a huge impact against the lone druid Spirit Bear. Get him to half HP and all of a sudden he just does all this free damage to the thing.
So
Fly might go for a solo here with this DD.
This is a lot of damage, actually. Yeah, the double damage is doing work. He has no Icarus Dog, but he does hit the Sunray. He's not level 6 yet. The Lightning Bolt from Yoku. He will dive away and make it out, potentially. It looks like there's no Glimpse to follow up. It is on cooldown for another 8 seconds or so, and Fly will be able to make it out for now.
If he had Fire Spirits leveled up instead of Sunray, he would have had that kill for sure, but couldn't really do it. Got to attack or channel Sunray, and he needed to do both.
Yep.
Use spells and attack.
And Yoku, actually, I think he found this this ward, the lightning bolts, while he was attacking Fly, but he does deward it, and that is just going to be, that was just placed too, so unfortunate. Meanwhile, a lot of damage being done to FN, needs to blink himself away. The Stampede No-Tail's going for this kill. A couple more auto attacks, but here comes Yoku. The break coming out, one more will do it. He'll tick down, and he actually falls to the Nether Toxin, but No-Tail is in deep, and he's getting chased. Yoku's out of mana, but Ghostic trying to find a route, trying to find something, and he gets it the first hit route. Meanwhile, S4 in the bottom lane gets the stomp. Can he make it out of trouble? No-Tail gets graved up to the tail end. He's trying to turn onto the lone druid, but the Bear is still chasing him at this point, and Jerax has the Shadow Waves available to heal him up, and he even gives him a salve on top of it. So everybody from OG surviving. A close call, maybe not. The Glimpse back in. They want this Bear. They've got the Sunray. He's so tanky. No-Tail stuff to take down. Keeps throwing out the poison attacks. Another Toxin, and now a pause right in the middle of it, and Dazzle will disconnect.
Really good turns there by OG, barely keeping him alive with the Grave. I love the fear that Ghostic threw out. I thought it was going to maybe keep Jerax far enough away to not get the Grave off, but buys him time with the salve, and now the Sunray to keep him alive. This is going to definitely be a lone druid Bear kill, and 40 seconds left here until he can summon a new one. So yeah, not bad at all for them. There will be a disengage most likely after the Bear dies, and so far No-Tail's been doing a really good job, I think. Just keeping his hero tanky and throwing out poison attacks to deal a lot of damage.
They've done a good job. The Sunray is, I underestimated it. It's actually kept No-Tail alive a few times with it, and really just everybody's healing him up. I think it's level 3 right now. I don't think it's maxed.
Yeah, I mean, that's the benefit about tanky heroes. If you make them even tankier, it really makes their skills go a lot farther. So pairing him with Phoenix has really worked out, and Dazzle, and that's basically the OG strat this game. It's all about keeping their frontliners alive and allowing them to do enough damage and things like that.
And this is before wave, so yeah, 2 defensive supports really. Obviously Fly can double as somebody that can get in there with the Supernova, which he actually does have. He is level 6 now. He just got it recently.
He actually could go for like a wand dive ulti, but I don't think he'd get quite enough damage. Like he could approach Lone Druid, but Lone Druid's about to escape, so they'll most likely save it for sure.
If he had Fire Spirits, maybe, but...
Yeah, and we'll see where Viper goes with his build. He's cleaning up with his Helm of the Dominator. He's almost finished with that. That'll make him even better for survivability, lots of regen. Definitely will need that for himself and his teammates against things like Zeus and a Radiance from Lone Druid. But item afterwards, not really sure where he'll go. Could be Veil, could be something more towards Radiance, perhaps. That's
what I was going to ask you. The Spell Lifesteal, the Nether Toxin, of course. Veil has been a really popular build. If you're maxing the Nether Toxin, you usually get it pretty early on. But Helm of the Dominator is another one that's been popular with Viper for a while, too.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, he's a tanky hero. You need something that keeps him alive longer. Helm of the Dominator is great regen-wise, basically. So just combos pretty perfectly with the hero. You can also grab a creep, whether it's a siege creep or something that has more disable. All of those can make a big difference in team fights. So he'll be very happy to have the item once he finishes it.
Yep, help with the push as well. And he's getting pretty close too. So Viper will have that item up in just a moment. And in terms of other items, what else do we have going on? Again, S4 is very far away from that Blink Dagger. So that is going to be a problem in terms of them initiating and trying to take fights. That's really where the big initiation comes from OG.
He's had a tough game. Vengeful Spirit right next to him, level 9 here. Almost finished Treads, Drum, Wand, Aquila. So he's very, very farmed so far this game. A lot of big farmers, actually, but definitely still a nice Empire advantage, even though the small couple skirmishes have been OG advantages. There's just 3 very farmed heroes on the enemy team.
So when you think of a Vengeful Spirit core, do you think of fast-paced play because of the Vengeance Aura and trying to take down towers, things like that situation?
Basically what you have to do. Move around, secure kills, and take towers afterwards. The skill build is very good for this. Lots of Wave of Terror and lots of Vengeance Aura. Allows them to kill creeps rapidly. But the benefit is that if you just put Centaur in the lane, yes, Silent could do some damage to Centaur, but he's not going to be able to kill him. Centaur can't even get close to killing Silent unless somebody else rotates over, so Silent's counteracted by S4 just happening to be here. So this is kind of a good situation to be in. If S4 was so scared and this was a more self-sufficient carry, then he probably wouldn't even feel safe coming to the lane. Silent could take towers and split push in the meantime, but that hasn't really been the case. It's more like Silent's trying to get some stuff done, but at best he's just going to trade farm with the Centaur.
Secret panel is now, says Slacks, and it's in the back, I believe. Is that correct, Slacks? All right, thanks, buddy. You can find it back there. And we have a good call. We're ready to go. It's going to be the bear going down to the Sunray more than certainly Moposhka will take 1 poison attack. But yeah, OG, and this is what you thought would happen at Disengage coming out. So it's just the bear going down.
Yep, either way, a good kill. Lots of gold.
Again, a 2K advantage for Empire at the start of the game. It was almost 4K at one point, starting to dwindle. But the top 3 net worth heroes remain to be Empire. Of course, the Queen of Pain on top right now, and the Vengeful Spirit, and of course the Lone Druid not too far behind. In fact, actually, Resolution is doing pretty well. He's up to 4.4K himself. So
the tough thing normally when you have all of your farm sitting on about 2 heroes like OG is, those heroes need to ensure that they can still take team fights. And healing them up is certainly one way that you can make that a big difference, but I feel like because Empire has so many high damage heroes, it might be hard. They're gonna maybe try to kill S4 here.
Yeah, he still has the glimpse available from Moposhka. We'll see if he brings him back. I don't think so. I think S4 played that pretty well. He's able to get out.
Empire maybe could have tried. Vengeful Spirit's certainly hitting hard, impressively hard right now, but may just wait for a more straightforward opportunity.
So the armlet's up for Resolution. Is this where you see him rotate around the map and try to find something?
Yeah, once you got armlet, it's basically time to party. He actually does use this on the other side of the map.
Stampede coming out. It looks like S4's trying to get away. Good blink from FN. Bottom lane, that's where S4 was, trying to escape, but he does get caught and killed. That is a 3-hero rotation for Empire that is successful, and again, it keeps S4 at bay in terms of farming up to that blink dagger.
And instead, Venge will TP to the mid lane, go for a kill on the Viper here.
And there's the matchup with the Static Storm. The Sunray was ready for Fly. He has the Supernova. They've got the root. It's a lot of damage. He's still alive for now. A Shadow Wave. It's the ultimate from Yoku that gets the job done. They'll drop the Supernova, but Poshka will fall, but they will clean up Fly as well. A 3-for-1 trade across the map, and Empire getting some good kills going their way.
Yeah, super good rotations there by Empire. FN showed up at the perfect timing, and surprisingly, Viper still died through all of that. Looked like he was going to be completely fine, but the co-op finally turned things over the other way.
They had the Grave, but the ultimate from the Zeus came out just in time before JRX got there, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect to see the Sonic Wave fly in like that. Just barely clipped him, just close enough in terms of range. So good game so far for FN. 3-1-3. He's working on his Orchid. He's about halfway there. And once he picks that up, killing heroes like Phoenix and Dazzle are going to be absolutely easy.
Yeah. We'll see if he can't find those kills. He's just going to farm it up real quick in the top lane. Moposhka will sit behind him, and they will have no Stampede for OG. We'll see if they decide to smoke up or something here with this Resolution armlet. For now, they're kind of just sitting back and farming their own side of the map. They're not trying to do anything too crazy.
And that's the other bad thing that happened, is that during that Centaur kill on the bot lane, Resolution popped his ult trying to get the co-op, but it didn't work out. So his first ultimate comes out, doesn't accomplish anything, and now it's on cooldown for 50 seconds. So even if he wants to fight, it's just him by himself, which is way less effective as a hero. So it looks like Empire has good potential to create tempo themselves.
Yeah, they're going to start positioning themselves in the top lane. They're going to look in the jungle, maybe drop some wards first, maybe head to this top tier 1, try to take the tower. I believe they took the bottom tier 1 in the meantime, so Empire's starting to get an advantage in the map control department as well as the net worth department on top of all of it.
And they'll try to trade here, but DD is going to make a big difference at least. Empire's still fishing around for kills. Disruptor's ultimate is ready, so if they do find any heroes by themselves, they can definitely get kills. And that's why OG's playing so safe here. But 10 more seconds and they'll have their ultimates back. Phantasm is up, Supernova is up. See if they can grab anybody here.
Silent is just running in. He's looking for a swap. JRX glimpse back. He's got the Grave off in time. They have the Sunray for fly. He's going to go for the TP. Might be able to make it away. It's going to be close. No. The Grave just wears off, and he will get dropped. But now the Stampede, they want to counter-initiate. Here comes Rezo jumping in. They're going to try to find the skill. The Centaur Conqueror Stump. They'll take down FN. That is 48 seconds on the sideline. The Icarus Dive not quite catching him in Miposhka. S4's already used that Stampede. Good kinetic field, and they have to walk away with just 1 kill for OG.
They are going to be able to pressure the mid tower, though. Viper was able to take the tier 1 on the bot lane, and now with this mid.
S4, he's going to stomp, trying to get out. They've got another kinetic field. I think he's just dead. There's not much he can do here. Trying to get into the Roche pit. Good jukes, but he won't survive for much longer.
It's perfectly played there by Silent. Perfectly walking in and out, finding the right opportunities. Almost got swap again. Not quite. Oh, they can actually glimpse him back here. Do they have vision? They do.
Yeah, No Tail's going to get caught as well. He's pretty tanky, but Magic Missile, Wave of Terror, they do a lot of auto attack damage for Silent. Viper Strike coming in, the Nether Toxin. No Tail doesn't have the vision inside the Roche pit. He wants to chase him down, and No Tail, the swap out Miposhka, he's going to be the one. He's the martyr. He says, that's fine, Silent. You get out of here. Yeah. I'll give you my life.
Yeah, they pretty much had to do that. Silent maybe a little bit over-eager, thinking he could kill the Viper. And they do have the right damage type. It's all physical, but Viper is just a little too tanky there, and Disruptor didn't contribute enough. Maybe Venge had another item already, but she's gone mostly for utility by picking up the drum, movement speed, mana regen, stuff like that. So
this could be a very big play here if Resolution finds the right target. Ghostic is very close by. They need this kill. And Viper's going to come in. They have found him. They've got the Reality Rift. They've got the Chaos Bolt. The 3-second stun. The Nether Toxin. Good Savage Roar. They need this kill. They need to bring him down. They might need to get a route for Ghostic to survive, but it looks like he will not. The Reality Rift is not even needed. That is a giant kill for OG.
Did you see his gold level? He ticked over 3,800 as he killed that Centaur. It's like the most painful time to get killed as a lone druid.
And he didn't buy the recipe either. That's a little rough.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was going to lose gold no matter what. He has too much unreliable gold, so it's fine that he didn't buy the recipe. But very painful time to die. No courier in position, no bear in position, and he gets picked off.
And this is a big point now that OG have picked up the Blink Dagger on S4. And they maybe can continue to find stuff here. They also have a Midas on fly too. He's pretty rich. And speaking really of rich, Yoku also has an Aether Lens on the Zeus on top of all of that.
So I think Empire's doing a great job. They're pressuring very well. I would say the game feels very even. Both teams have decent advantages, but getting the Radiant set back is really tough for Empire. Mischance, the Blink Dagger interruption, just contributes a lot. Kind of like what No Tail did here. He's pulling creep waves using his catapult. Then he can pull them in the jungle where it's actually safe and continue farming. He's actually going to go for an Orchid next, very interestingly. But they are lacking on gank potential, on disable. So by picking up the Orchid, he can actually throw out more Nether Toxin, which is probably not something I never would think that Viper would need a lot of mana regen, but his new skill does kind of provide it. They're going to go in though.
They need FN. They're going to find him. The Supernova, or rather the Sunray, doing a lot of damage. They blow him up with the Double Edge of Resolution. So that was a quick gank, assassinated. And that is another big pickoff, setting FN back a little bit more.
I love how they did that, because they already had both cores in the mid lane, and all they had to do is smoke over S4 and one other hero. And that's very easy for them to collapse instantly, and now they're going to be able to get Roche out of it.
This is a huge play for them if they can get this. They have Resolution doing a lot of damage. No Tail's now going to come in. This Roche is falling pretty quickly. I think they have a medallion as well, so this is going to go pretty quick. And I don't think there's any way that Empire can get in here and stop this. In fact, they're not even going to attempt, it looks like. And this is a big pickup. Aegis going for OG. All of a sudden, they've brought this net worth back to about a 1K deficit. It might even be going in their favor after that Roshan.
Yep, and all it took was one little smoke ink on an important hero, the Queen of Pain dying there. She does have Orchid, but hasn't been able to grab a kill just yet. And Yoku checking for wards in the location she got killed, but
no luck.
Nothing to snag.
Nope.
Vengeful Spirit does have a Shadow Blade coming, so could see Venge become a little bit more active. Not that she hasn't been, but they basically need somebody to be able to initiate is what they're looking for now. Get some easy kills. And it's got to be, it kind of takes two heroes consistently on Empire's side, except for maybe like Quap, I guess. Quap plus Zeus ult should be able to kill almost anybody, but if OG plays like they did last game, there won't be a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, they've been doing a great job roaming around the map, getting some pressure into the enemy jungle, dropping some wards down. And again, it feels like we've seen OG in this position before. They're down 4 or 5K in net worth. They bring it back. They even it up. Obviously, the game is still close, and Empire just need 1 or 2 good fights to get the momentum back in their favor. And we'll see if they can do that here with this Smoke of Deceit. They found Jerax. It's not the target they wanted. He does pop the Shrine, and this Sunray might keep him alive. No, Sonic Wave. They just blow him up. Now it's time to get out. S4 is close by. Silent goes for the Magic Missile. He's in trouble. The Stampede there. Silent's going to swap back. He's got the Stomp. He'll use it now under the tower. Needs to be careful. Silent actually looking to run, and so too is Yoku. Going to try for the TP. He will make it. Silent will do the same, it looks like. Wave of Terror. He's actually going to get caught. Maybe they need to stop. They found the double edge. Not enough damage. He actually goes down in the well. What is it, Fire Spirits, I believe, or maybe the poison attack from No-Tail?
It was a poison attack, yeah. It does more damage when you're low, and he was very low in the base, so does get out, but killed in the base. Either way, pretty decent for Empire. That's unfortunate for them that they didn't get 2 kills there, but losing the Venge makes that not worth it, I think. They also had to spend a lot to kill the Dazzle. They had to commit the Zeus ulti and the Quap ulti, maybe only needed 1. But if they didn't, basically the downside was Dazzle was right next to the Shrine, so they had to burst him down before the Orchid ran out, or they weren't going to get the kill. So they had to overcommit. And then on a different page, Silent tries to get the Centaur as well. So
he was close. He got really aggressive, but under the tower, and then he gets stomped up and then takes a lot of damage.
Yep.
Good TP from Yoku to not turn that into a 2-for-1. That would have been bad for Empire to lose more there.
On the bright side, Empire's got their Radiance now, so their lone druid can be as annoying as he wants to be now.
Yeah, Ghostic's just been kind of off the map farming. They got him once, they've killed him once recently, but other than that, he's had a pretty good game for the most part. Just sitting around and farming his own jungle on side lanes.
And I would say that lone druid is maybe not as good as he was in the previous game, but because of the CK and the Sunray and stuff, but he's very, very effective still this game.
Yep.
Breaking blink daggers and stuff like that is going to make all the difference.
So Empire trying to split push in the top wave. FN looking to take down this tier 2 tower, get some more map control for Empire. It looks like they will be successful in doing so. They're waiting out this Aegis that is still on the CK for a couple minutes longer here. In the meantime, OG will trade a tier 2 for a tier 2, 1 top for 1 mid.
I would say the mid one is definitely more important. And OG still has their tier 1 mid tower. Gives them such a great vantage point to TP in, cover allies, head to Roshan, things like that. So Empire's got to get some kills here.
Is Resolution going to go for the Phantasm play? He sees Silent with the Siege Creep. Silent is a little far up, and actually that maybe hurts Resolution. He wants him to come back, but there's the jump in, the stomp, the double edge, and now Silent needs to be careful. There's the Stampede, movement slow onto Silent. Where's Rezo? Still waiting.
No detection at all.
And yeah, he just Shadow Blades away. They have no dust or gem or sentries to place. So Silent, nice Shadow Blade, gets out of trouble.
Pretty rare. I don't know if I'd even call it a mistake. Probably just S4 hoping that the CK could get in range in time to stun, but slightly miscoordinated and no kill there.
Well, now he has a Blink Dagger. It is on the courier coming, and so Resolution can be a part of that gank a little bit earlier than maybe he would have liked to be.
He's really farmed then.
Yeah.
Treads, Armlet, and Echo Saber, and a Blink Dagger. Now he can just pop his ult in the darkness, do a Blink Stun, and get a kill almost every time.
Oof, almost got the bear, and then it gets resummoned, or rather brought back by Ghostic. Needs to be careful. All of the Empire collapsing here. It's going to be a 4 versus 5 if they take this fight, although OG, they're going to go ahead and stay for now. No-Tail is pretty close. They still have this Aegis. They're looking for a target. They will see the bear, but everybody else in Empire are going to move a different direction, and then OG decide, let's just go take this tier 2 tower in the top lane.
Yeah, so wisely, Empire kind of doing similar things. Hanging out in and around the same areas. That way they can protect each other. Try to take good fights, stuff like that. Creep waves pulled back as well. They don't want that anywhere near their tier 1, and Silent. They're going to go for Silent, but
again, no detection. They will find Miposhka, though, and he gets 2-shot pretty much. Fly with the Sunray now, chasing down Ghostic. They've got the poison attack slow, and they're going to Stampede. They want this bear. The Shrine will come through. They need to run. This bear's pretty speedy, but No-Tail continues to chase, and they got the Reouter if this bear will be taken down. A 3-second stun for Resolution, which means he gets the last hit. He gets the 300 gold. And Ghostic, well, he'll resummon the bear, and he'll head back top.
Yeah, very wise here. There's no reason for him to stay bottom, since OG's already in the area. So head to the top, push that out, and at the very least, oh, this is smart for OG. Instantly, they're sprinting all the way across the map.
They have a ward. They'll see Ghostic up under the high ground here, and he just TP'd.
Yeah, they know that he can't teleport again.
This is a problem. He's caught in the trees. They need to find him. The Acre stuff just short. The Summary, now they found him. This is a problem. Ghostic, he's going to get caught. S4 stomp up, the double edge to follow, and they will find this huge kill on the Syllabary being taken out. Static Storm onto 3, but actually they get out of the kinetic field. There's the Supernova. They might want to take this down. Can they get it in time? They sure can. And Resolution might be next. He pops the Phantasm. No aim. The Sonic Wave whips. Resolution still alive. A double kill and dominating. A 4-second stun under the Zeus. Looking for more. He's going to work. Clubbing him down. Yoku will be dead. A triple for Rezo. Can they find more? Reouter from Miposhka is going to get dropped. An ultra kill seemingly out of nowhere. And they're going to find all 5. The Reouter back in. Resolution and No-Tail. OG absolutely dominating that last fight. All 5 dead for Empire.
Oh man, FN's got to be kicking himself there. Because if he lands the Sonic Wave, the reality rift pulled him out of the way basically. He didn't get hit by the blast, and that would have cleared his illusions and probably killed Rezo as well. But instead, all of a sudden, his whole team is dead. If he just lands that completely different fight. 5 dead heroes and a tier 3 tower is dead. That means shrines are going to fall even if they don't get this Rax, which it looks like they will.
It's 30 seconds with that FN, but they will have everybody else up in just a few moments for the most part. Zeus respawning at 5. Yeah, they're probably going to back here, but that's a smart call for OG. You barely lost anything in that engagement. You now have a 7K lead. They do glimpse No-Tail back, but I think he might be fine. I don't know if there's any way they can kill him.
Good luck on him. He's pretty tanky here.
And they just stampede him away just in case. So
yeah, definitely a smart move there. So pretty big mistake there. No more shrines for them once these are destroyed, and even more map control for OG. And they still got that tier 1 mid.
And just again, OG's masterful late game. They find these initiations. They know how to move across the map. Empire again looking so good in the early game. It just kind of slips out of their fingers. It is still a 6K advantage for OG. It's not over yet. They didn't lose a Rax for Empire, so we'll see how they can get back in this game. This Lone Druid is still farmed. FN, if he gets a good Sonic Wave, they have good team fight potential. It's not over yet for Empire here, Purge.
It's not, yeah. The BKBs make a big difference as well, but I feel like they have very good ways to deal with the Spirit Bear. That seems quite clear. I mean, it was the first hero pick, so obviously OG is going to, over time, grab heroes that provide a solution, but the bear it does some damage, but I feel like we haven't even seen like a good team fight started on Empire's terms in a while.
So you talked about the initiation potential. It comes down to like Static Storm, it feels like, but they're going to walk up here. They've got the swap back. There's the Static Storm. Eul Scepter immediately for the Phoenix, still in trouble. He's got the Supernova available, but he's going to get Sonic Wave down. Great Sonic Wave from FN. Resolution's on the run as well. They might get this kill. They've got the break. Jumping in S4, gets the stomp by the Silent, the double edge on top of it all. The Nether Toxin breaking him down, and Silent will fall dead for 60. The Phoenix buys back. Fly is TPing in. They don't even really need him because Maposhka is already dead to the Sunray. They're looking for more, but it will just be 2. Resolution with a Thunderstrike ticking down. Jumping in. FN gets the kill with a Scream of Pain, coming in and getting out as quickly as he came through.
That was so important that they picked off the CK on the back line, so I'm glad for Empire's sake that they were able to do so, and maybe Yoku's going to get caught too.
He's being chased from like 3 different directions. He's trying to find any way out of here, but it looks like S4 has found him. They have to stop. The Lightning Bolt will come in. Yoku is just trying to fight this, but there's not much he can do. The Sunray S4 double edge. Don't even need the stomp, and he'll get the last hit, and that will be 3 dead for Empire.
Yeah, so 3 for 2 trade there. Not good for Empire, but I think it was a decent attempt. Phoenix got blown up relatively fast, but great reaction by Fly there to Yules himself, bought his team a little bit of time, and made clearing him off really fast a little harder.
Yeah.
So Empire's still in this, definitely behind, but they have some tools they need. They are burning smokes to initiate the fights. But as it gets later and later into the game, I'm not feeling great about their chances. Their carry is the Lone Druid, obviously. And because the bear can be dealt with in a lot of different ways, it feels like he's counterable consistently. And that if he's the only big carry, other than whatever Quap puts out, then it's not going to be enough.
Bottom lane, No-Tail's going to get caught by 3 heroes. He's in trouble. The kinetic field, they're going to give him the Stampede. It's not going to do anything, though, for the most part, and he's just going to fall. Looks like, excuse me, they didn't use the Stampede. He just got caught and killed. So Empire, they will take it. A nice little kill for No-Tail. The rest of OG are coming in, though. S4's trying to blink himself out. There's the Orc of the Lightning Bolt coming in. Another kinetic field. He stays in there for now. They've got the Sunray. They've got the Fear and the Root. Still tanky, but will finally fall. And Empire will find 2 kills set up by the Shadow Blade of the Vengeful Spirit.
There's
Assault glimpse back. That gives them the vision into the kinetic field, and Jerax will fall as well. Orc getting up and drop down. OG lose 3, and Empire fighting right back.
Super well done there by Empire. The Zeus ult for the vision that made all the difference there. And all of a sudden, just 3 easy kills. Kind of surprising that the Centaur got caught, I suppose, but he was in the area. They had ward down, so they were able to clean up on him after the Viper went down. And now, in the meantime, Ghost has just been pushing mid. If they can get this tier 1 tower that they've been struggling against all game off of a 3 kill, that'd be a really big swing for Empire.
Finally getting some more map control. More importantly, Roshan up in a few moments as well, and this is a very important Roshan for Empire to take control of. Get the Aegis and Cheese, of course, coming out if they can do so after getting this map control.
And they've got it. See where they go next for items. Ghost Stick's queuing up a Blade Mail. I'm not quite sold on that as a choice, but see if he changes his mind later. Queen of Pain going for a Lincoln Sphere. Definitely needed against things like the Chaos Knight. Even against like Viper Strike could be huge too. Stealing a lot of damage now. Resolution's looking for a solo though. We'll see if he can get it.
Oh my, that's an Aeon Disc on a Dazzle. Wow.
I haven't seen one that fast before. It's actually a rushed Aeon Disc.
It makes sense. He doesn't want to get blown up. He stays alive. He can get off that grave, whether on himself or somebody else. It's important. I actually think it's a super good item choice for Jerax. And it's also pretty hard to get to that point.
Gonna see
All right.
Disconnect here from Phoenix. Yeah, fast item. Definitely worthwhile on Dazzle. If you get Orchided and damage down to 80%, it's going to strong dispel anything that's on you other than a Hex, and then it's going to allow you to cast Grave on yourself or others. So it's kind of like it's your anti-Orchid item as a hero like Dazzle or Oracle. So it makes actually a lot of sense to rush this game. I think it's pretty good here. And
pretty expensive too.
Well, I think it's not bad because you just disassemble your Arcane Boots, so it's 900 cheaper.
Oh yeah,
it's like a 2,500 gold item.
Yeah.
Not bad. It's definitely affordable for any support.
Yeah.
Easier than making a Greaves, basically.
Yes, for sure. And so that'll keep JRX alive. Looks like we're having some PC issues for OG. I hope it's not Windows Update. We've had like too many of those recently, but you never know.
That's just Windows. Their Microsoft just working too hard, I guess.
Yeah, they're
just
installing all those
constantly
updates.
putting out great updates every 15 minutes, forcing them to update.
So actually, the net worth has been brought back down to less than a 1K advantage for OG.
Yeah. Maybe a lot of that was just towers, I guess. I mean, considering that OG cleared the map of buildings, and now Empire's gotten a few of those back, it's definitely evened up. In some ways, that's one of the negatives of taking so many towers early. It gives you this gold advantage, and then any kills that happen with that gold advantage towards your team are going to be inflated because of comeback mechanics.
Right.
So now that they're about even, and they've got 3 more choicey towers on the map to even up, it's not looking bad for Empire right now, but the loss of the shrines, actually, they haven't even lost their shrines yet.
Yeah, they haven't been. They've been trying to set themselves in the area down bottom to try to take that shrine. They just haven't been able to do so.
Yeah. I'd say the top one's a really important one now.
Yes.
That one's close to Roche.
Right.
And that's all they have nearby. So if they lose that shrine, it's going to be very, very good for OG.
Now we get into that position. It's 29 minutes of the game. Now you think about late game and what you have to deal with the CK from Empire. What do you think about late game just in general for both of these teams right now?
It seems like Empire certainly has a lot more mobility advantage. I mean, there's a lot of Blink Daggers on OG's side, but between things like Zeus Ulti, Glimpsing, Queen of Pain, Swap, they have so many different creative ways that they can start a fight. So I think that's a nice advantage that Empire has this game. On the OG side, Chaos Knight is a huge threat to anybody. He can easily get kills, especially with the Blink Dagger, and you're not going to see it coming, most likely. Only really good solution maybe is the Lincoln Sphere, but even then he can break that. He can break it with Rift, use Stun, for example. I guess that one's kind of a negative because then you couldn't bring in your illusions with you. But even still, there's some options. So there's still pretty good team fight on OG side, but Phoenix's ultimate hasn't really felt very useful. There's too many ranged heroes on Empire side to get their mobile. So I feel like the egg has, I don't even think we've seen it complete yet.
No.
It dies every time.
It's died, I think, 3 times he's used it. Yeah. 2 or 3 times.
Which is tough, but he is leveling up decently with his Midas, so maybe if it gets enough hits on it, and maybe if he doesn't have to use it kind of defensively, it'll be safer. But
what do you think he goes for the next item for Fly? Something like a Shiva's Guard, potentially?
Yeah, Shiva's would definitely make a big difference. Lower the attack speed of his enemies, and very wisely, Empire has been focusing him in some of the last fights, because they don't want to have to deal with the Supernova damage, Egg, Restun, 2 Sunrays in one fight instead of 1 is a big difference.
Oh, look at this. Well. Resolution jumping in Riado if he wants this kill. 3-second stun, and he's going to find it. Silent gets blown away. Yeah. And now the rest of OG coming in. Oh, no.
Resolution has waited approximately 15 minutes for that gank. Some of that pause time.
He was in the trees the entire time just waiting there.
Just waiting. And that's what's so scary about this Blink build. It's not good.
Yeah, that is not good. Yep. What a mannered guy. You got to give it to him. Also a great drunk history teller. Let me tell you, that video was something else.
It was good. One of the best, for sure. Very mostly accurate.
It was a very, very good acting from Trent, let me tell you.
Yeah, he really sold down.
John Wilkes Booth, as it were.
Yeah. Can't blame him, man. Must be weird hearing about like weird history, rare history things that we hear those anecdotes growing up here.
Right, we know all these stories and we think, okay, yeah, this is standard, but they don't know much about this, honestly.
I mean, I doubt we even do as good as them. Let's be real.
That's true.
A lot of those stories are probably clouded by memory.
My thought process of John Wilkes Booth, he's just an actor that killed Abe Lincoln. That's all I know.
I didn't even know he's an actor.
You didn't know that?
Nope. Didn't know that.
We shouldn't tell the crowd that, my friend.
Okay. Zeus approaching his signature item, the Nimbus, of course.
Yeah, that is a very good item. That's what they were talking about on the panel. This is what they call the hero now, is just Nimbus. Aghanim Scepter, very good on that hero, honestly. Mm-hmm. The mini stun, plenty of damage. Also, global farming too, dropping it around the map too. And Yoku's had a pretty good game. Net worth-wise, he's just ahead of Jirax, but of course he's dealing with a Fly Phoenix with a Midas, so he doesn't quite have the same amount of farm as he does, but...
Hey, you want to see if this cool stuff works?
Let's try it. Oh, boom. Orb bearers have been killed by the enemy team. Look at
Good
that.
for they're spreading it even. I like that.
They really are.
Very nice of them.
Who's the one missing out on it? Is S4, I think. S4 didn't get the kill. Unfortunate.
Maybe someday he'll be able to join the party.
What else do we got?
Oh, we have some cool hero comparisons.
So much information.
Have you ever wanted to know how the fives compare? Look at that. They just stand around and get gold this whole time. Except for Miposhka, it's really been making it
Just look at this passive gold in comparison. How many last hits did got?
Did Jarex do anything about those buildings dying? Probably not. Let's be real.
No. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh. Well, at least it's the other team this time, right?
Right.
Oh, it's Chain. Is that Slacks again? Did he just walk over there and kick
He
cables?
might have just kicked the cable.
I am sure that one was Slacks.
Oh, Empire's just, they're like sitting back, they're getting up. It's time to relax, baby.
All right, well, maybe I should
Keep fiddling with this.
Heroes.
It's a good idea. Come on.
I'll select some new heroes. Let's try. Does this work? And then how about this guy? This is maybe the weirdest comparison ever, but
it makes sense.
Technically, the carry versus the carry.
Right.
Yeah.
The building gold for resolution. That's where it comes from for the most part. Although FN does have a fair amount of lane groups too. Actually, it's pretty close.
Can I redo this?
There it is.
A lot of creeps died to make these people rich.
Yeah. Look at these things. Look at these little creeps just chilling up here.
Creep dudes. Very cool. You like pie charts?
I do.
Maybe prefer pie charts.
Yeah. I think that's what they want to see.
I don't know whose farm this is.
Yeah. Who's this?
I have no idea.
Oh, it's the Jug? What?
Yes, this is Juggernaut's farm this game, guys.
I didn't know there was a Jug in the game.
Oh, yeah. You can tell by the mouse movements that Pimp is freaking out right now because I showed a bug.
Get it together, JJ. Come on, buddy.
I'm sure that's the only bug in the whole entirety of Lair.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to draw attention to it, my friend. How you doing back there, JJ? You having a good time?
He cannot speak to us. I don't know.
He can draw on the map.
He could. Yeah. I don't want it. I don't care what he's.
Whoa, dude. Oh, that's nice. So we'll get information as to what's going on, and we'll keep you guys updated. It looks like OG's back in the game at the very least.
Yeah, it was Empire this time.
I got the shoulder shrug.
A lot of great info coming.
Yeah, really good stuff. All right. So big kill actually. They were even a second ago. That kill gave them 2K gold advantage for OG, and this is right around Roche. So if you're OG and they're about to take a fight actually. What is happening?
Ixnay on the.
Oh, sorry.
What's about to happen thing.
Oh, my bad.
Look at these beautiful graphs, guys. They're great. Usually you're supposed to look through these first and then figure out the cool stats. I'm just throwing stats.
You're just throwing them out there.
Like, hey guys, look at all these stats. Look at all these great
numbers. Look at Miposhka, 15. The champion.
Master. He's actually been all over the place this game. He's done a great job on Disruptor so far.
Yeah, really.
A lot of big kills. His early rotations against Notel actually really impacted the game heavily.
Yep.
Notel had a little bit of a weird laning stage already, but then all of a sudden Disruptor shows up once or twice, changed everything.
It was the same for the Disruptor last game from Fly, so he did a pretty good job. And both Disruptors really have been doing ownage. What's going on here?
Jerix has the one good PC. Good.
Well, we'll keep you guys updated when we get more information, but for now, we're just
saying that Mott, but we haven't given them any information.
Yeah, we don't have any info. I'm sorry to tell you.
Mott keeps promising things.
I can't.
I'm not gonna promise that.
I can't give you information.
We have 3 players approximately that care about their team winning the game. Good for them.
Yeah, really good stuff.
Very hopeful. I'm sure nobody will be upset about seeing these graph distributions and apply towards the way they play games.
Is there anything else in there? Let's see the runes.
Ward's destroyed. Who's the master?
Look at Jerax.
Right here.
3.
Whole 3.
This is the wow. That's a lot of runes.
Okay, I know what Fly does. This is what I do when I play pubs. I just look at the map and the clock until bounty runes spawn, and then I go and get them. I don't care about anything else. I know that's how you level up. They actually give a lot of experience in the late game. I think that's one reason that pro players don't hit 25 as reliably as I do, is because rather than cross the map to grab bounty runes, they actually just team fight with their team. I don't do that. I'm like, there's some bounty runes. There's 2 bounty runes on the map. I don't care what's happening.
Hey, guy, where's
Defend my base.
Guys, where's
There's
Purge?
2 bounty runes. Can you see them?
Okay.
I need to go collect those.
That's when you click the report button. I'm pretty sure.
So they just don't hit 25 as often. That's all it is. And then the game delays for me because I'm not winning the game. You know, personally leveling up and they're actually winning game.
That's all right, man. You just got to get that level 25. It's important.
Yeah. Ooh, big kill streaks. Watch out. Time dead. Can this include
are we getting
disconnected from the game time?
Ooh.
Q code and change that one?
Let's add that.
Is that possible? No.
We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, it looks like.
Well, that was a nice foray into stats, I must say.
Hey, we did it, everybody. It looks like we're all reconnected. Maybe. Let's not get too excited too quick.
So something that's really interesting about pauses, actually, is that it puts you in a different frame of mind once you get back in. Like, for example, I felt like Resolution was waiting there a very long time. Nobody went there. Maybe they felt like there was a hero in the area. Then you might not realize where you're at. All right, they put the ward down. They're going to see their
Static Storm. Resolution trying to get out. Glimpse back, but it's across the Static Storm. On the other side, they jump and stomp Yoku. Icarus dive through. There's the Viper Strike. The Bear now Ghostic trying for the TP. The Yule Scepter from Fly. Fly burning down, but still fine. They're going to grab this kill. It's going to be a third death for, and this will lead straight into OG pushing down this top lane. They will have to deal with the creep cutting coming out from FN. But No-Tail will just move mid instead and try to push into this tier 3 tower in the mid lane.
Yeah, it was really costly for them, unfortunately. If the creeps get past about where the tier 2 is and backdoor is gone, and there's creeps in the mid lane now, so that should be a rack set go for Empire here. Yep. I think OG just anticipated them being there because the Venge was there. The Venge wouldn't be there if he wasn't comfortable or had heroes nearby, and Empire tried to force to get the Resolution kill, and they were not successful. So top barracks goes, and maybe the mid will as well. They've got some respawns pretty soon, though.
Glimpse? I don't think he has it. Yeah, he just used it, so they will be able to grab the racks. They will be able to get back over to Roche. There's still no Lone Druid for 23, it looks like, and so OG will head straight into the pit with Resolution, and that's it. I mean, it's just one of those fights. They get that kill on Silent and it leads into that big fight, and whatever comeback Empire had is now starting to dwindle back in the favor of OG.
Yeah, pretty amazing how much of a difference it made. Just one big kill, killing the carry, picking up 2 other kills, and then you just march down and take a racks as well. Ooh, they're thinking about it here.
They're going to move forward?
They do have some vision. Yeah, it felt a little bit dangerous. It could go very poorly, very easily. All it takes is like Venge to go for a swap. She gets caught on the other side of the river. Yeah, maybe they kill the person that they catch, but what if Dazzle shows up in Graves? Or what if the person they snag is the guy with the cheese? Like that would have been No-Tail. Very likely could have gotten that off. Everything could have been different.
I mean, at this point, it's pretty much one kill with no buyback and the game is over. One big kill on a core like on Ghostic or something like that in the game essentially.
They're going to try to catch Jax here, though.
Yeah, the Aeon Disc, there it is. And now Maposh is like, you got to be kidding me. Maybe I can glimpse back, but in the meantime, Stampede, they were looking for something else. Bottom, JRX TPing into the trees. Maposhka misses with the kinetic field, and JRX is able to make it out in time.
But that Aeon Disc is now on cooldown for 90 seconds.
That's true. Very long cooldown. Very long cooldown. But
I don't know if he cares that much, but
now
it's gone for now.
So Empire are doing their best to keep the waves pushed out. They're actually doing a really good job keeping mid and top pressured. Bottom lane is where, Resolution looking for Silent. Again, no detection. He almost had the Reality Rift very close, but still, no detection coming in from OG on Rezo.
I mean, the Blink Dagger kind of turns Chaos Knight into a pseudo Sven, really, in that you still farm relatively fast. Not as fast as Sven, of course, but you do a lot of damage. You can pretty much solo kill anybody if you get your ulti off before you Blink stun them. And this just makes it so much harder for Empire to actually split push, because they know if they aren't Queen of Pain, that there's a high chance that CK can just get a kill easily.
Run Maposhka, it's time to get out of there. Good glimpse. Did he Oh, that was...
I don't know if that works or not, but maybe it does.
I was about to ask the same question. That would have been sick if it happened.
Yeah. So he gets out of there. They do spot the TP position in.
So Empire will be able to back themselves up. Resolution's just looking for kills. They've done a good job kind of wasting the Aegis. There's only 3 minutes left on the Aegis right now. Silent is still kind of just staying up here looking for something, but I don't think he can. He's just going to cut the wave, probably, is what it looks like.
It's reasonable for him to be here. Yeah, cutting wave reasons is not bad. They've definitely focused a lot on that on the top lane, because they do not want to let those creeps get there up on the top lane, because that should allow OG on the other side to easily do some tower damage. And you never know, he could run into somebody like Dazzle, maybe get a couple free hits, and the Aeon Disc is back up though, so maybe less likely, but...
Here they go, Stampede looking for a target. Maposhka in trouble, does get the glimpse off. Good swap back, and they won't lose their Maposhka Disruptor, but Silent's still getting caught. They've got the vision. He's getting chopped down by No-Tail, doing a lot of damage. Good Savage Aura Stomp. That'll be onto FN. There's the double edge, breaking the Lincoln Sphere. Good Static Storm, though. Trying to push Resolution back. Remember, he's got that Aegis Sonic Wave hitting nicely onto 2. Rezo and No-Tail getting low. No-Tail pops the cheese. There's the Zeusalt. Resolution still going to be graved up. 4 seconds done onto the Bear. They want to bring down the Summary. Also healing him back up at least a little bit, and Resolution is still alive. The Shadow Waves keep coming. They cannot bring anybody on OG down. Reality Rift back in, and now the bench will use the Shadow Blade. They will get the Aegis. S4 gets orchided as he jumps in. There's the Supernova, finally. One that'll get off completely, and the bear might fall again. It's about to go down, and it will. No bears left. No Miposhka for 50, and OG will move back onto the tier 3 tower and try to finish this one off.
Oh, this is so bad now. Now that they don't have the Radiance, they've got 90 seconds left until Lone Druid gets items. He might as well be dead right now. It's not going to accomplish anything. And they didn't quite get enough out of those little skirmishes there. No tail pop cheese. He's the vulnerable one at least. They could kill him, but they have to worry about Graves still.
Yeah. Silent is looking for any angle. OG smartly though, they will back off. They will take the melee rack to the tier 3 tower. I don't think they've taken the shrines yet, so I think there's still one left to destroy up here in the top lane. So something to consider for OG.
Yeah, but I think OG doesn't even have to worry about what they're thinking about right now. Just AFK farm until next Roche comes up. That'd be the easiest way to elongate the game.
Yep.
For them, at least. Empire's got to make some kills happen, though. It's already hard enough because they also have to push lanes, but being down on the bear right now definitely makes this more difficult. I feel like the Zeus has really been negated heavily by having the Dazzle in the game. It's really made a big difference. Because the times that they do, and same goes for Roche advantage actually. If your opponents have Aegis and Cheese, then jumping in for it with Zeus and blasting a couple nukes is going to make much less of a difference. It's normally very useful because you can just kill heroes a lot more rapidly than they expect to die, but with all those extra heals in the game, it just makes Zeus feel kind of worthless in some ways. I think maybe Teamfight or Disable would be more useful.
They almost found resolution with Empire, and if they did, he did not have buyback, I don't believe, which would have been huge. But no such luck. Resolution will be able to get back up to his high ground with S4 and the rest of the crew. I mean, it took so long just to get the Aegis from Resolution. They had already killed both of the bears by the time he lost his Aegis at that point, and that is considerable. The amount of time that he survives through the Shadow Wave, through the Grave, through the Sunray as well. It's very difficult to bring these OG heroes down, as you just saw.
And it just gets harder. He's got a Manta style finish now, so he can use this to push other lanes in with his illusions. He also grabbed an illusion rune, it looks like, so Resolution just kind of controlling the whole map. He's got so much HP, and the damage from Empire, it's very, their forte is definitely magic damage here. So they can deal with the CK. The Zeus aura is always going to help a lot, but if he gets to go in first, CK is going to kill somebody.
And Miposhka a little far out now. He did drop a ward, and
hopefully they don't ward. Otherwise, hope the 3 seconds. Oh, it's a sentry. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they might see the timing on this. See, it's very fresh.
There's the sentry drop down. They're not going to drop a ward. He's living a dangerous game right now, let me tell you.
Yeah, I would be very scared right now. It's one of those hide in the darkness, but you know they're nearby things.
He's fine. That was really sketchy for a moment there, but he does make it out. Unfortunate that it got dewarded, but still.
Venge almost picking up a BKB here. Definitely can make a nice advantage in the next fight. Doesn't have to worry about getting reality rifted or stunned.
Here we go. No-Tail's going to Siege. Up the high ground he goes. Another Toxin drop down as well. He's got a lot of items on this hero. Scotty was picked up recently for him, level 23. And picking up a Nullifier next in his quick buy. The tier 3 just getting shredded, and the illusion's just being sent in, going to work. And Glyph has to go. S4 jumping in onto 7. There's the Sunray. They're going to bring him down. A 4-second stun, getting low and chopped by Resolution. Now the tier 3 is going to be next. Static Storm was used, and there is no buyback for Silent. It's going to be a 4 versus 5 engagement for Empire. Their last gasp here at CD4. Sonic Wave coming in, FN jumping through, trying to find anything. Icarus dive, the Supernova dropped perfectly. They're going to keep going with Resolution. The fear comes out, but now working on Miposhka. They will bring down 2, looking for more, pushing them back to the well, and OG will look to be routing Empire here in game number 2, and that is it. GG. OG will move on, and Empire will be eliminated.
OG is just looking so strong right now. The crucial moment there was the just a little bit of fishing there from S4. Tries to get the stun on the Venge. He does land it, and that's it. As long as you get a stun follow-up and the Venge doesn't get her BKB off, she's not going to stay alive there. If they had a Force Staff, a Glimmer, yeah, maybe she stays alive, but they weren't able to get those items. Venge had to be able to initiate with BKB, and it didn't work out. So a little bit too far forward there. Either way, it was an uphill battle, and OG takes a pretty convincing win.
It was a back-and-forth game, too, at the very least. Empire looked good for some parts of the game, and you got to give them credit for hanging in there with a team like OG.